Happy Devils Saturday. This is The Woo Report. The Woo Report, episode 276, titled Devils Need to Finish Strong Before All-Star Break. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios in the bunker. At the time of this broadcast, we're live that the Giants, the New York Football Giants, are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles down in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field. But you know what? We're going to talk a little Devils hockey because right now upstairs I've got some ribs. I had some wings before. It's like a pre Super Bowl party. Right now, I love food, but I also love my New Jersey Devils. I see the comments. Yes, I am wearing an Eli Manning jersey. I think Eli Manning is a god. I love the number 10. That was my jersey number growing up. I wore number 10. Just so happens that Eli Manning wore number 10. And there's a lot of football going on, but we're going to have to focus on a little bit of hockey because the Devils take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tomorrow at the Rock. I'll be at American Whiskey for Game Day Live, just for Game Day Live. But Devils After Dark will be at the bunker. And then afterwards, we're going to do a podcast with Hockey on Tap. They will be outside of Mullet Arena in Arizona on the ASU campus. And then we got the 9 p.m. Eastern Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Special guest, we have found our pilot for our $35 million jet. His name is Jeremy Katz. He was the one that drew up the flight plan and flew the path that looked like the Devils logo. We'll be talking to him tomorrow. Again, Sunday edition, 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be a triple header Sunday. And I'll be at American Whiskey. I see Ted is going to be there. Stop by at American Whiskey. Say hello. Yes, and also don't forget, February 25th, save the date. I will be actually planning the big $500,000 party tomorrow with American Whiskey. They got wind of it, but I'm going to have to tell them you got to bring the sangria that night as one of the drink specials, plus the beers. We're going to work on something for you folks. Peter is going to be there on the 25th, and we're going to probably let all of our friends of the podcast, I'll let Chico know, I'll let Ken Danico know. I'm not guaranteeing they'll be there, but it will be a really awesome time. All right, so let's get on with it. On the Woo Report, I think the Devils need to finish strong. Looking at the schedule, they got 4 games this week. 4 games. You've got Pittsburgh tomorrow. You've got the Vegas Golden Knights. Again, 2 hard teams coming into the Rock. And the Devils have had their struggles at the Rock. Although they did win their last game against those pests, the New York Rangers. And, well, I think Andre Palat said it best. You got to establish a home presence. You have to. And, yeah, so also I got Beer Baron now texting me in the middle of the podcast. Like, he doesn't – Beer Baron, if you're listening right now, I try to reach you all day. Now you decide to text? Anyway. Yeah, so let's see here. I see on the Facebook Live everyone saying – February 25th, they'll be at that game against the Flyers. Max says he can't wait to meet y'all. We don't say y'all here in New Jersey. We'll meet up, Max. It's going to be a fun time. Also, limited edition I Hate Sam Wu t-shirts will be on sale on that day, specifically that day. Yours truly, Beer Baron. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. All right, so yes. So we got two games at home. Vegas Golden Knights, Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins, obviously, that game is more important because there are playoff implications with that, with the standings, more weighted than the Golden Knights. Then you go into Nashville on the 26th. I know there's a big party going on, a Devils fans meetup. Unfortunately, I'll be working that day. But my good friend Andrew Bunin asked, and I got to get in contact with Oh My Goodness, where is the meetup with Devils fans outside of, is it Bridgestone Arena in Nashville? Let me know. We should somehow plan this. I know there's Devils fans are traveling well this season, especially this season. That game, Thursday, January 26th. And then the second half of a back-to-back on the road, the Road Warriors will go to Dallas to go against Jason Robertson, having a great year. And, this is going to be a tough week going into the All-Star break, which is going to be, well, there's no Devils hockey for about 8-9 days. There will be All-Star game for sure. Jack Hughes heading down to South Florida, South Beach. Also coming out from the NHL PR that Jack Hughes is the first Floridian, Florida-born NHL player to play in the All-Star game. How fitting is it that it's in South Florida? If you remember, before the pandemic, we went to not South Beach, Sunrise, and we broadcasted from Bahama Breeze, which was across the lake of the arena. Yeah, it's a good time down there. And looking forward to seeing Jack Hughes be Jack Hughes. Now, I was thinking about it today. Connor McDavid, first overall pick. You've got Austin Matthews, first overall pick. You got Nico Hischier, first overall pick. And skip a year, and then you've got Jack Hughes, first overall pick. You got Alexei Lafreniere, I don't care, first overall pick. You've got all these first overall picks. Slavkovsky. Yeah. I think, from an overall perspective, Jack Hughes is the face of the league. And here's why. I know Connor McDavid may have the numbers. He may have the Gretzky-esque type numbers. But Jack Hughes is much more marketable than Connor McDavid. I mean, honestly, Connor McDavid, he's boring. He's like a square. He's not marketable. I mean, that commercial with him and Wayne Gretzky, I don't know. Some people like that commercial. I hate that commercial. I don't even think it's funny. Jack Hughes, Gato and Chill. Jack Hughes has some Hughesism, kind of like Chicoism. You know, Chico Resch says stuff very Yogi Berra-like. But I don't know. I was just thinking out loud today about Jack Hughes. I think he's more marketable than all those players for the face of the league. And Max says Jack Hughes identifies with the youth more. It's him and Zegras and Caulfield. By the way, Caulfield is out for the season. I mean, look at the Montreal Canadiens. Slavkovsky out 3-4 months, pretty much the season. Caulfield is out. Boy, Montreal has those injuries. Not good. I'm not going to say that Slavkovsky is injury prone, but you know what? That's not good. That's not good for the Montreal Canadiens. You know, the Devils had their fair share of injuries for many years, but, you know, knock on wood, they're getting healthier. Nathan Bastian back in the lineup. It's going to take some time to get his timing back. John Marino still with the non-contact jersey. John Marino, we'll learn more about that tomorrow at the 12 p.m. presser. Lindy Ruff, according to Amanda Stein. Amanda Stein back at the beat, on the beat, taking a week off when the Devils were flying out west. Sam Kassan and Catherine Bogart recovering the team. And Dennis says Jack knows how to work the NJD fan base. I mean, Jack Hughes was meant to be a New Jersey Devil. He's got the personality. He's got the charisma. He's got everything that you want. But also, he's a great hockey player. You know, I've said this many, many times about Jack Hughes, that don't let that Gato and Chill distract you. Jack Hughes, when he's focused and he's mad, he can turn on the afterburners, and he is just as good as Connor McDavid. We saw that, a little bit of it, spurts of it, when the Devils, in their last game against the Seattle Kraken, in the second period, I mean, you see Jack Hughes turn on the afterburners. I mean, my goodness, is he fast. It's almost like a video game, like there's a cheat code. And McDavid is like that too. All I'm saying is, look, remember the All-Star Game? There was Mini Jack. I'm telling you, Jack Hughes, marketing-wise, Jack Hughes could be the face of the league because, honestly, Connor McDavid may have the accolades. Maybe Connor McDavid may be the better player. Obviously, he's bigger in size and all that. But Jack Hughes, I think, is a little bit more marketable than Connor McDavid. That's just my opinion, of course. But is what some of the fans say. You never know what you're going to get. On the Woo Report, expect the unexpected. And I'll tell you how it is. Also, just want to actually just thank you, the fans, profusely for making us feel like we're the number one podcast of all time. Because this week, we broke records. We broke the daily record twice this week of the most downloads in the history of the podcast for daily downloads, for daily. Also, for the first time, we passed 10,000 downloads in 1 week. Matter of fact, we're in 11, possibly 12,000 downloads for the week. We're on a record pace, and we're probably going to hit our 500,000 lifetime downloads probably way before our February 25th when it was recently projected. It was around that time that we would get there. And we can't thank you, the fans, because I think part of it, in the day and age of algorithms and search engines and yada, 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 I don't even understand it. But your reviews, we asked you to do these reviews because we were just getting spammed by a bunch of haters. And I can't thank you enough for those reviews because, well, it's not about giving ourselves a pat on the back. It was just, trying to drown out the negativity. There's no reason to be negative. And I want to read a short review. I'm going to our podcast page on Apple Podcasts. You can also go to Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music Prime, iHeart app, Audible, wherever you get your podcasts. And this review, we got 5 stars from Big Boss Mark. Big Boss Mark says, my go-to podcast, period, exclamation point. Whether it's before the game or after, I love tuning in and listening to what the fellas have to say, Exclamation point. Let's go Devils! Exclamation point. Thank you, Mark. I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you, Big Boss Mark, for that review. And please rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Those reviews help. It gives us exposure. It tells the casual fan who we are and whatnot. And we do this podcast every day. But yeah, Devils need to finish strong before the All-Star break. They've got 4 tough teams. How will they do at home? How will they fare on the road? Devils need to keep pace with the Carolina Hurricanes in the Metropolitan Division and start building back that lead over the Rangers, Penguins, Capitals, and the rest of the Metropolitan Division opponents. Well, thank you, Max. He says congrats to Sam and the crew. Max says, I think 6 points is a good spot for the next games. Also, I'm going to go to Facebook Live. Happy Devil Saturday to Mike Rossi. Just wanted to, he said, also I wanted to share that 2 people that I know, their band is playing at the Rock tomorrow. What band is that, Mike Rossi? Let me know. I'll announce that band as well. But yeah, so tomorrow's a triple header Sunday. Game day live at American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, Devil's Den, next to Championship Plaza. I'll be there for game day live. Then I'm going to hightail it out. Devils After Dark will be at the Bunker Studio, but we will be pushing the stream on the big TV, at American Whiskey, the big Sony TV. And also, Dave Singer says, Happy New Year, Sam. Gung Hei Fa Choi to you. Also, remember, on Chinese New Year's, tomorrow, make sure you have the red envelope super chats ready to go, because let me tell you something about those red envelopes. It is the universal gift that keeps on giving, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah, so, yeah, Chinese New Year's is a big tradition in my family. Unfortunately, my family have relocated from New Jersey to Florida, so I won't be seeing them. But I'm sure Mrs. Wu is going to cook up a traditional Chinese New Year's meal for me. But, you know, Chinese New Year's Eve is very, very popular. And Chinese New Year's lasts for like 10 days. So, you know, we're having a big Super Bowl party at the Bunker. I got some ribs, some wingies, ate a baked potato, got some dessert, you know, all the essentials that all of us that celebrate Chinese New Year's. Well, I had a little bit of American style because, you know, Giants and Eagles are playing down in South Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field. Anyway, thank you. And those that are listening in the car going to the game right now, because we're dropping the podcast at midnight, you may be listening to this replay of the podcast in the car. Go to American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place. Say hello. And also remember, and I'm going to drill this in your head, February 25th, the $500,000 party. It is just going to be a 12-hour celebration of the Let's Go Devils podcast and you, the New Jersey Devils fans. And we get to make fun of Flyer fans along the way. Yep. All right. Steve Engel says, everybody trying to get away from Sam. LOL. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's okay. Steve Engel, sometimes I don't understand you, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. And thank you, Dave Singer. Thank you, Peter, and all that. Thank you. The Year of the Rabbit. The Year of the Rabbit. Anyway, going to hit the music. Wow. It's almost game time. as we're approaching the big game. Want to thank all those tuning in, listening in. Ryan Hutner says Happy New Year to you and yours, Sam. Happy New Year to you, too. Or Happy Devil's Chinese New Year's to you, too, Ryan and Tori and all. It's always a holly jolly time. Let me tell you something. Even if you don't celebrate, celebrate anyway. Holidays are great. That's why they're called holidays. Learn other cultures. You'd be surprised. I celebrated Kwanzaa myself a few weeks ago. Anyway, thank you. Till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go Devils.